Hello, so in this tutorial I'll teach you how to create a page using the WordPress module in two different regions and then use WordPress templates to create pages inside of our framework and then to use a block created with the WordPress module and to convert that block into a template that we can use in other pages too in our framework. So what we are seeing currently, this tutorial is the continuation of the previous tutorial. So currently we are seeing what we did in the previous tutorial. So we installed WordPress, we checked that we had the WordPress module installed too, and we create a page with a WordPress module, which is this WordPress here that we are currently seeing. What do we have in this WordPress block? We have two menus that we create, a menu that we created in WordPress, plus a widget that we got from the WordPress, which is the page widget, and then we got the component, the content component from WordPress to get a specific content of a page, and then we add to this WordPress module, we add another module called the echo str, just to show us some dummy HTML. So just let me show you the settings of the WordPress module. So as we are seeing here, we are selecting the WordPress installation that we did before. We have the default WordPress theme from WordPress, and then we have here a bunch of components, which are the page header, the page menu with the menu that we created in WordPress. Then we have the widgets, the pages widgets, which lists all the pages that we currently have. Then we have the page content, which shows only the content of a page inside of WordPress, excluding all the sidebars, menu and comments. And then we have the page footer. Basically this was what we did in the previous tutorial. What we're gonna do in this new tutorial will be something different, but very similar, working too with WordPress modules and templates. So first thing that we want to do, so I'm seeing here that this block here has some menus and some content. So let's just pass these menus into this region here. So let's erase the menus from here by going to the settings of this block and just erasing that components, which is the menu component and this widget component. Okay, done. Okay, so now we don't have any more menus in here, so let's add the menus here. So let's drag and drop the correspondent WordPress module into that region. Let's make our selections and let's add the correspondent components. So this is exactly the same thing that we did before in the previous tutorial. Let's add here the menu. Let's add here the widgets. My page widgets. And let's add the footer. I want to have this. Okay. So now I can see that I have in this region I have my WordPress menus, and in the content region I only have the WordPress content with the correspondent content that I have in the page that I selected in this block. If we save this and if we preview the page, we'll see that now we have our menu here and we have our content here with the other module that we had, which was the echo str. So what we're gonna do next is we'll create a new page to show you how can we use templates in WordPress. So we just go here, add page, let's put some dummy page name called page 2 and close this pop-up. And in here, instead of being internal template, we're gonna choose external template. And in this external template, let's choose here template from WordPress. And automatically we can see here that it loaded the default WordPress theme, where we can see here that it adds a bunch of regions that we can add specific content. So let's just drag and drop some contents, let's say in here. We can use some block, the echo str block that we had created before. We can put it here, and we can put one after the theme content, something like that, so we can see an example. We save this. If we preview this page, we'll see that we have our template here from WordPress, and we had some HTML content that we created inside of the WordPress pages. So this is just an example. If we go to WordPress and if we change the theme, we can see that it changes automatically this page here. So we can just do that. Let's go to WordPress and let's change the theme to this one here. So if I refresh, I should see that it is a different template. I have my HTML here, my contents, and then I have my other HTML here. So let's go back to the page editor. If you want, we could put some other module in here. Doesn't really matter what is the HTML. This is just an example. Some text here. It doesn't really matter what I'm putting here. Okay, just to show you an example. Okay, so I can see that now it appears here. One appears before the real content, the other one appears after. And then we have some other, the sidebar contents, and then we have some other HTML that we put it. This is just an example. Then if we wanted here, we could change the template to something else. So let's say that I have another page. So basically what I'm doing here is I'm making WordPress pages. I'm making them templates in my own framework. So I can get the page that I created in WordPress, and then I can make it a template and add other content to my framework. And what we are doing now is we are getting another page from template, which is this one here. As you can see, it's a different page. So if we save this and if we refresh this guy here, we see that we have this page is different. We have our HTML here, we have a different content, we have our other HTML here that we put it, and we have other HTML or block, a block which could be, we have a bunch of blocks that you can create with a bunch of metadata or other information. Now let's say that instead of making this a WordPress template, let's say that I want to create another page, and we can just do that. Let's create the page number 3, where basically gonna be an external template too. So let's just close this. Let's put this external template, but now instead of being a WordPress template, I want this to be a template from a block which was the block that we created before from WordPress. So let's choose the correspondence WordPress block, which was this one here that we created, and basically we are using a block as a template. And this block, what this block did was just to get from the default page of the WordPress, which contained the post hello world, just to get that content of that page and show it in the block. And now we are using that block to show as a template, as you can see here, where in here we can just drag and drop some blocks, like I can put some blocks in here, some HTML here, it doesn't really matter which ones are. let me just save this and show you the preview so you can understand this. So currently my default template, I have my HTML here, then I have the content of the WordPress, and then I have my other metadata or HTML that I create two other blocks after. So basically this is multiple ways, so I can be playing with this. I can create my own templates based in blocks that get components from WordPress, and this is very interesting. If I go to the correspondent block that I selected here, so if I go to this block here, so I can just go in here to this block, which is, so if I refresh this guy, I have all these blocks. So this current is this one. So if I click here to edit a specific block, if I change the theme, let's say to this other theme here, if I refresh this page, I should see a completely different theme. Additionally, if I go like to this page header, if I all HTML, and if I move this to this theme here, I can see that it add me this part here. So basically, according with the configurations that I do in my own block or template, I can then play differently and can convert that block or that template from WordPress into my own template framework. So then I can use it, and this is very interesting. And basically that's it. So basically I show you how you can create pages using components from WordPress that we can get from specific pages, or you can make then through that blocks that you created from that components, you can make them as a templates used in our framework and use them in multiple different pages, or you can use directly a template from WordPress, or you can do a bunch of other stuff as I showed you. You can call multiple different components from WordPress in different regions. So there is a bunch of things that you can do with this module. And that's it. So thank you very much.